Hey everyone, we are going to look at CPR. You don't know I'm a comic book fan, and yeah, I am a fan of comic books. I do have a lot, and some of them I will, I did try to read them, but it can be sometimes awful. So we are looking at top 5 best, 5 worst Batman event of all time in comic book. Let's get it. The first off we start with it's The Dark Knight Strikes Again. Look, Frank Miller is good, but the story is kind of bad, but it's kind of like the Rebels, how the new Rebels is coming out, but it isn't. And just really like, oh, that's cool. Then it turned out it was awful. That's pretty much how the corrupt government was in this comic book. And Dick Grayson was kind of like forgettable in this. He was kind of dumb, but the art style was not that good. I didn't like the story that much. The only problem with it is like it's supposed to be home run with The Dark Knight Returns to The Dark Knight Strike Again, but the artwork, like I just said, it's not that good. The crime war was awful in this story. The Batman was kind of like a douchebag a bit in this story, but yeah, that's what I say. Frank Miller, I don't feel like he could do good. The best is the Dark Knight Metal. So look, I feel like all these really with me because this was the best comic book of all of DC that ever did. It was a good, like, all the Batman fans would love this across the whole like Darkerverse, like how they did the Darkerverse with Azrael like killing Batman, Darkerverse of the Death of Superman comic. They got everything in this that you need about the Batman who he is, who you try to subtle the main villain. There's so many things, and then the story about the new 52 version plus like the whole like kind of like the whole the Dark Knight Metal universe together. But was that the Joker who was like Batman who lost, which is killing every single Justice League because at the end they got everything. And there was this hidden Batman version of him doing the dark multiverse of him. And that was pretty much what this story is. And we give this story a little credit. Scott Snyder, he did so good with every single dark universe stories. I'm getting credit for this. I think I'm right or wrong, I can't remember. The next one, I'm not gonna say a name, I would just say this one is awful. Kevin Smith is not, he's not the type of guy you should write these stories. I believe he's a very nice mate. A very nice mate in public, but this was just so it was just so forgettable, so dumb. Nobody cares about this. I feel like some of you will like it, but in my opinion, I don't like it. I agree with this. The joke is bad. The Joker wasn't as funny. It's like cringy version of like the 1960s Batman show, the Batman and Robin. It's just there were too many stupid things in this. And yeah, that's all I gotta say because Kevin Smith, I just feel like he can't do it. This one were, I feel like all you will agree with this website. Nightfall. One of the best, I think. The first time, I think the Bane like the bat, like Batman back. It just, this was like how Bane should be as like kind of like a dummy and a genius dude who knows his weakness, know everything about him, spy on him and all that. I pretty much with this comic book was he was the smartest, strong guy of all. But yeah, I really like this Nightfall. They did a very good job of this. This comic book was just a 10 out of 10. And I feel like they did an awesome job. Next, Winding Green. Oh, I'm sorry, no, definitely that is biography. This was worse. I'm sorry. It's just, the worst part about this is, it's about Batman who pissed himself. Where he was, like, doing crimes and that. And telling the story. And it just end off like that. Like, that's all it was. Then I think they were gonna make another one, but it turned out I think I might be right or wrong. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments. Tell me the truth about how like they didn't make another story because how many dislikes I think it was of the story. I don't know. Well, Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith is not that good at making comics. I don't feel like he have. I believe he can make good comics, but Batman is not his type of art. For him, it's just no. Next, The Long Halloween. It makes sense because it's a good story. The holiday killer, Calendar Man used to kill people every single holiday. He's like the master of holidays, and he was like, keep talking to him about this holiday killer, and he tried to tell him some question he don't know, but he will figure out how he is. Holiday Killer was more interesting, and all the villains in this story was so much better. Batman and Catwoman was good. Harvey Dent was much better. Two-Face was good. Everything in the story you will love. But yeah, this story was nice. Next, All-Star Batman and Robin. So look, in my perspective, I would say like this story is not that good. It's not. It just makes Batman a total dick. He is like a douchebag. He is to Robin or Dick Grayson, try to make him into a soldier, but he don't want to be a soldier, and Batman trying to make him one. So he just make him eat rats and make him how to survive and that. And yeah, it just showed him being a douche. The best part about this was about like how Batman and Robin were all yellow. This is the Hal Jordan, the white version, who was Green Lantern, not the black version of him. His weakness is yellow. Or Hal Jordan. This is about like this Hal Jordan is the white version of the Lantern. John Stewart don't have any weakness, but Hal Jordan does. I think I might be right. It's a white version of the Green Lantern. About how they're making fun how his weakness is yellow. It's a white version of the Green Lantern. How his weakness is yellow, and I really like that joke. How nitpicking of why his weakness is yellow. It doesn't make sense why he's weakness. I thought that was a funny nitpicking. I don't feel like he could be in the worst one, but I would say the drawing is kind of good, but it was kind of awful at the same time. But yeah, that's all I want to say about this. It's just, I would say it's between worst and best at the same time. Because that good reference of the nitpicking part of the fans doesn't understand why Hal Jordan weakness is yellow. Next, The Dark Knight Returns. I would say this one would be one of my #1 favorite comic book series. It's just, they got everything. They got, I forgot the girl name, or a guy, I think it's a girl. Take Batman, making her the new betrayal of Robin. and try to make her into a soldier. Batman just retired since like I think in the 50s. But yeah, I would say he was the best. So guys, there's like a garbage truck outside. Sorry about you having heat noises. Yeah, I would say The Dark Knight Returns was one of the best. One of the best. They got everything you needed. I really like how like the episode of Joker, how much he killed so many people for a whole year, and then he killed again after he retired as Joker. It just, I can see why he had to die. He killed like nearly like probably, in my guess, probably 1 million. But yeah, Batman or DC. This was worse. The art style is kind of good, but it was stuck. And they got like, it's stupid. The worst comic book of all. I tried to read it, but I stopped like, I think at the beginning or halfway of the story. But it's so dumb. Batman Odyssey is so bad. It's just, there's so many dumb things. They added guns, so Batman having guns. They're adding too much less in this. They're destroying the art of Batman. How the original, not like that. They need to build a story that Batman used guns, like how Thomas Wayne did as Batman in the Flashpoint comics. How he was using guns. But yeah, that's all I would say. Under the Red Hood. It makes sense because this was a good story. Like a very good story, but I really like how like the fans would decide who want to die. Do you want Jason alive or not in the fan like voting thing about like a year ago? And they just chose death and just make a comic book of Jason's death and then him coming back and make him into a better. I would say he was one of my least favorite Robin. Second was, I would say Damian Wayne, but yeah. I would say he was the worst Robin, but now I feel like he'd be my maybe like second place or third, one of them too. It's just because they're making much better as a character, and the Red Hood was like a very cool thing to add. Red Joker bringing back to life just for Batman. But I thought it was very nice, but at the end of the day, the last repeat would just make you become bad and evil. But you have to break that, like, evil spell, or like, the evilness out of him, so he can stop killing. But he hates Bruce so much, he let him, and he did not make it. But yeah, that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like and subscribe, I would really appreciate, and I hope you guys enjoy.